Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we are on the whale account and I want to show you guys what I think are going to be the top Kraken, not even whale, but Kraken Supreme Arena defenses for this week. So if you have spent a lot or you have a bunch of different Celestial Hypogeans built up, then I think these are some teams which can do very well for you. Now the first thing I want to mention is that the credit for these teams and like a lot of the team concept goes to gloomygoths, who shares a lot of her different like PvP comms in like the Yapala Discord, the Fight Club Discord. I'm gonna leave a link to those Discord servers in the description of this video. And she also has a YouTube channel. However, she doesn't upload as frequently there, but I'll share all of them in the description of this video. You can check them out and basically give some love to the PvP sort of mastermind, because honestly speaking, she's come up with like a bunch of different comps for PvP which make a lot of sense. I even on my main account, the teams which I showed you guys earlier today, I'm running in Supreme Arena, I took some inspiration from some of her comps and that is how I end up doing pretty well. But for this basically account, I have taken a lot more inspiration from the teams, because like I can match a lot of the heroes which are basically recommended from that. Okay, so I'm going to go through the thought process behind these teams, why they're working, and I'll have the formation ID in the lower left corner if you want to copy as well, if you have these heroes. But I think this video is just going to be sort of like an informational video rather than maybe actually a useful guide, because I think the vast majority of players out there will not be able to put together these teams. But it's interesting to see how these teams work and function and how they can be really strong. Okay, so the first team we have here is Wilders with Dionel, which I think is kind of necessary to protect the Dionel, giving him that concealed tile at the beginning of the match, and also having Almas to give the charm effect to convert some of Dionel's arrow damage into true damage. I think that is really powerful. And not to mention that Almas is also a pretty good tank, even if you're not using a crowd control oriented team. But basically, Dionel is going to be dealing damage right from the beginning of the match. We have Lorson as well, who is going to be linking the frontmost and rearmost enemies and causing Dionel's arrows damage to burst those two heroes even further. And we of course have probably the best PvP artifact in the game, which is only pay to win unlockable, for example, this week, but next week everyone will have access to it. Not only does it give great offensive stats, as you can see here, it also has an amazing effect. Whenever you deal 40% of the enemy's health to an enemy specific hero, you're going to deal a lightning strike onto them, dealing a huge amount of damage. I'm not like the attack multipliers in total can go up to 200% of total team's attack multiplier, and then also it is going to reduce the vitality and energy on hit gained by that hero for 6 seconds, which is like a massive nerf to their potential of even coming back, bouncing back basically, or even healing themselves up again. So I think this artifact is overtuned. I wonder if it will actually ever be patched or if it will always be just crazy broken for PvP. But as of right now, this is one of the most powerful artifacts, and like with a team like this, which is going to be nuking from the first few seconds of the match with Dionel, Lorson, and Lily May, like this is the perfect team to be running this artifact with. So I think this is going to be probably an unbeatable team. And then you have Taline as like the pseudo tank. She will be taking the aggro of the opponent, and then she can revive herself and deal the damage. Yeah. And basically, no hero on this team is going to be easy to kill, and then the concealed state of your allies on the tiles are going to last for longer, because if you guys didn't know, the concealed state will be reduced in duration for each one of your allies who dies, but if you have really difficult to kill allies like we have here, it won't really be able to... You won't face that drawback. Lily May is going to be on the range heart buff tile just to get some added bonus. She's going to be going for Rainstorm Ballet right from the beginning of the match, so she's going to be safe even in that position. This team is looking just crazy. Yeah, there's not really much more to say about it, but it is of course heavy pay to win. Because yeah, but definitely you could replace probably Lorson for some other wilder hero. You just want to get the wilder tiles and give them to Dionel, basically, and probably could even replace Taline for some sort of tank. But yeah. Okay, moving on to team number 2. Team number 2 is equally as crazy. In fact, probably even more crazy because it's using 4 Celestial Hypogeans. But this whole team strategy is Dunlingr denying the opponent enemy ultimates. Dunlingr is going to be even more valuable. That Cryonaia will be added into the game because he will deny the ultimate cast of Cryonaia. And also, if you combo him with the twins like we have here, the twins on the energy tile of Hypogean Celestial, they're going to be casting their ultimate really quick into the match. The only way the opponent will be able to prevent it is if they have a Dunlingr of their own or if they bring a Lily May. And even if they bring a Lily May, I think we'll be able to charge up to the second ultimate cast pretty quickly as well. We have Ludwig, Harak, and Dunlingr all bonded on the Stellar Bond to increase their stats. The more allies you have linked by Stellar Bond, the lower the attack buff the twins provide. However, all of these heroes are going to be sharing 15% of the maximum hero stats. And so it's better to have as many heroes, in my opinion, linked up by the Stellar Bond. And then finally we have Scarlita. Scarlita is going to be here because she's going to be shielding for more protection for the team. I think the unique effect we have for map 2 of Supreme Arena this week, the Renewing Rain increasing all allies' health by 150%, I think that is really good for this team because the only issue with this team is sometimes the twins can be nuked early on. But the whole way that we're going to counter that, we have Ludwig to heal from minute 1 with his patch, and that patch is going to be healing the Elijah, who's going to be on the tile right adjacent to Ludwig. And then we have Harak, who's going to be tanky because of the Stellar Bond, and also Scarlita shielding, and also tanky from this effect. And so hopefully he can get going and begin snowballing, because that is what you need to happen with a comp like this. With the Harmonic spell, because we're going to be topped up on health for most of the match, and if you have a buff of 50% health ratio, you're going to have more value from Harmonic spell, getting like attack, bonus haste, and yeah, it has a huge amount of attack if your health is high. So basically, I think this team is going to be great. Scarlita will descend with full energy because she is on the tile with the so to getting some initial starting energy. And the allies who are adjacent to, for example, Scarlita and Elijah, they're also going to start with higher energy. So yeah, I think overall this is going to be a pretty amazing team as well. And definitely when you have a map set up like this, this is where you want to bring out the twins, because you can link up to 3 different allies on the Stellar Bond. And don't worry, they don't have to be of the same faction. That is only if you want the energy refund effect, and that doesn't really matter. Like, the energy refund usually is not going to change the tides of the fight. More so is just the stats you're providing here, which are going to be more important. Okay, and now finally team number 3. Team number 3 is going to be the most like relatable, and definitely anyone can run a team like this. It is going to be Stroll team with Tasi solo potential in the end, and Stroll team with Odie on the Wilder tile. This is a strategy which is actually doing really well. Odie does well in Stroll teams, and definitely he does well in Wilder teams, because then he can be concealed at the beginning of the match. The only problem with Odie is that if he can be killed early on, but when he's concealed, he will be untargetable, and he will guaranteed get some value off. We have the Surging spell as well, but definitely you could go for the Overcharge spell to ramp up Odie's ultimate casting more frequent, like quickly, and that is also going to be a great choice. But Surging is a great PvP artifact, so I thought I should probably go for that on this team comp, but I think Overcharge is great as well. And then you have Tasi. Both Tasi and Odie are going to be on the back range heart buff tiles, giving bonus attack speed to these heroes. It's going to increase basically their damage output, and then the solo potential of Tasi in the end, and Tasi will be protected. And then the rest of our heroes are just complete straw. Thorin is very difficult to kill. Soul Pacted to the Haywin should be enough protection that she won't be at any risk of dying. Now, this is not the ideal map, because you would want to have Damien even behind the Haywin to further protect her, make it even more difficult for her to be killed. But really, her charm effect this season is really important, and making her dominate in Supreme Arena, because she becomes invincible for 4 seconds when the HP drops below 30%. That is exactly what Haywin needs to have the bonus survivability, so that she can almost guarantee getting at least 1 ultimate off in the fight. And when Haywin gets off her first ultimate, that's basically 10 seconds or however long the duration is of damage reduction, healing, or topped off on health, and then you're not going to be at any risk of dying, for your whole team is going to be protected. And like, that is going to be going off around the time where the conceal effect is going to be wearing off, and Haywin is then going to like, protect your team when they lose their concealed state. So I think overall, these are some great teams that you guys can try. Definitely, I mean, the first 2 teams are going to be very heavy pay to win. However, like we said, I think there are replacements, like basically Wilder with Dionel is a really good, powerful strategy you want to run. And then some sort of, if you want to run the twins, you can run them, or you could even run on like team 2, for example. You could do Harak on wilder tiles with Lenya, like Lenya Harak on the wilder tiles. That will also be effective. You have a lot of different options basically, but these are the most heavy spending teams that probably are going to be top tier out there. And yeah, and like, unfortunately, I cannot get a fair test on this account, even though there are people like in my same guild on this account who have Paragon 3 upgrades. They just never attack me for some reason. I think eventually they probably will attack. Maybe when they get Cryonaia or something, they'll try to do it. But these teams are also, I think, pretty... they will counter Cryonaia to an extent. Definitely the wilder tile nuking comp or solo potential of Tasi in the end, it will counter Cryonaia to an extent. I'm just worried that maybe Cryonaia would be able to kill, like, if she's able to cast her ultimate onto this team after Odie's concealed effect wears off and she kills the Odie, that can be pretty bad, right? So I think Cryonaia would have a good time of clearing this comp we have here, but hopefully somehow the damage can be high enough that we won't allow that to happen or something. But yeah, definitely I think Cryonaia is really looking to eat up this final comp team that we have here. But the other teams, it will not be easy for Cryonaia because of Lily May and Dunlingr. But anyway, guys, you can share your own opinions on these teams in the comment section down below. And yeah, if you have any other crazy team concept or team ideas using Celestial Hypogeans, feel free to share them. But anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. And once again, go check out gloomygoths' YouTube channel, and also check out the Discord servers where she does post her Supreme Arena tips and comps. But yeah. That is it for this video. If you guys are not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, please subscribe. We're on our road to 20,000 subscribers. Let's try to hit it before the end of this season. And if you guys haven't joined my own AFK Journey Discord server, there's a link to that in the description of this video as well. And feel free to check it out and chat with all of us. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.